Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on and how are you guys doing today? And welcome to another 3 Minute Thursdays. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? How are you guys doing today? And welcome to another 3 Minute Thursday. Let's get into it. Alrighty guys, so as you saw by the title, thumbnail, and intro of this video, today's topic is lipped crankbaits. I did a video in the past about lipless crankbaits. If you haven't seen that yet, make sure you go check it out. I'll tag it somewhere up here and make sure you guys go check that out. Okay guys, so as you can see right here, I have a bunch of different crankbaits laid out. And as you can see, there's a bunch of different sizes, colors, patterns, and some of these even have a very large bill like that. So I'm just gonna kind of go over the basics of crankbait fishing, but this time geared towards lipped crankbaits instead of lipless crankbaits. So the difference is that square bill and other lipped crankbaits, they actually float instead of sink. And the faster you crank, the deeper they go. So it's a lot easier to regulate the depth with square bill crankbaits. Just like any other lure, they come in an array of different colors, and many different brands make them as well. As you can see right here, this is a Lunker Hunt one. This is a KVD brand one. This one is made by Carl from Carl's Bait and Tackle. And these two right here are very special and pretty awesome because these are actually custom painted lures by one of my sponsors. His name is CRAINKBAITS. I'll make sure to leave him linked down in the description below. He does some really awesome paint jobs, and he even makes some jerk baits and whopper ploppers, basically any hard bait that you want. So make sure you guys go check him out. Alright, now let's get into some more depth on some of the qualities of these jerk baits. Let's start with these because these two are very obscure. These are actually walleye crankbaits. They dive super deep. They'll really get to the bottom when you're fishing in a much deeper area. Some of these square bills, just like these custom painted ones right here, actually rattle as well. Although most that you're gonna find aren't gonna rattle because that's more of a feature of a lipless crankbait. This right here is another crankbait made by KVD, but something that's very special about this one is, I hope you guys can see that, but the lip is designed very awkwardly. Here, I'll show you a normal square bill, and then I'll show you this. So this stays at a depth of 3 feet, and it doesn't vary much from there. So depending on how fast you're gonna crank, it just kind of stays in the same area. And that's why this bill was designed in this way. Now, I definitely get it. Square bill crankbaits can kind of be very hard to choose because there's so many colors to choose from. So I'm gonna give you some recommendations based on the water clarity and the color of the water. One really go-to color for me in basically any color of water is chartreuse, but the chartreuse mostly shines through in very dirty water because it has that flash that you don't necessarily need in clear water. When you're fishing in clear water, I recommend whites just like this. Red colors work really well. And like bluegill pattern baits work really well, just like this one. If you're fishing in a pond, I recommend that you go with a smaller crankbait just like this one. This way it doesn't dive too deep and get you caught on all the weeds because these treble hooks really do get caught on everything. So you do have to be quite cautious when reeling. And there's many different ways that you can work crankbaits. You can work them just straight retrieve, which just means just cast her out and reel it back in. Or you could work it very slow. You could burn it and work it really fast. Or another method when the bite is really tough that I like to use is I like to give it a couple reels, pop it once, and then let it sit for a couple seconds. And then do the same thing, repeat that process. And that will give you more of an action-deprived strike. Alright, so to sum this all up, in my opinion, a crankbait is a must-have for any fishing tackle box. I especially recommend these square bow crankbaits because they're not too hard to use and they really work awesome for catching you some big bass in all seasons, really. These baits are very versatile and can be used in a lot of different areas, in weeds, over sand, and near structure, which makes these super versatile baits. So I definitely recommend you guys should pick some of these up. They aren't too expensive. Probably the average price of these guys is going to be around $5, but they do get more expensive depending on the size, color, and paint scheme that you get. You can find them basically anywhere. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for watching today's video about crankbaits. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Leave me some more recommendations of what 3-Minute Thursday you want me to do next. I would also like you guys to head over to my Instagram and give me a follow there. It's at worldclass_CA19. I'll leave that link down in the description below as well. I also have a Snapchat that you guys should check out to get some more behind the scenes action. And that's the same thing as my Instagram. That's just worldclass_CA19. I am currently adding back everyone who adds me there. So go add me and you'll get some behind the scenes action. Alrighty guys, I will catch you in the next one. See ya!